What's up, everybody?
How are you guys doing?
Dang, it feels like it's been a long time. You like that? I like that. Yeah, I like that.
But we're back here. Thank you guys for waiting on us.
Yeah, man, it's been a very long time. But we are finally back to do a CharroBeans podcast episode. CharroBeans, a Mariachi podcast. Obviously, I haven't done this in a while. You can tell because it's been a couple of months. August, September, October, November. What comes after? December, January, February, March, April. Dang, it's been 9 months.
It's April?
See, wait, today. Oh,
It's March. Wait.
it's pre-April. This is March 31st. That's what I told the kids today at school. I was like, it's like March 0 or no, April 0.
April 0.
Yeah, so that's how I look at it. We're into a new month. This is the month of April. When we're recording this, and it's been since August, basically, since we put together an episode, and it's felt like a long time because, like, for me, I look at I guess time as kind of like when I'm in school and then when I'm not in school.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, it's like the school year. When we finished, obviously the last episode, it was like I was about to go into the new school year, and now, like, being in April, like, as a teacher, your mindset is like, I got 2 months left, and then I'm chilling, and that's the one good thing about being a teacher. Like, you get your summers off, so that's pretty chill.
That's really nice.
You do too. Are you gonna chill this summer, or do you have to take classes?
Well, I applied this summer for a PT program. Hopefully, I get somewhere. But more than likely, I'll just try to work.
What is PT for the people that don't know what that means? I know it's like massages.
Means I was gonna say the it's basically like rehab, Te duele algo, just come up.
The drogas.
They're like, I here's when I do this, and we just say stop doing it. That'll be 150.
That's kind of what it is, right? Like,
No,
PT, PT. Like, it's like when somebody gets hurt, and or like like
They have a pain.
They have a pain. They go to you.
Like,
and
you
tell
should go to a PT instead of a chiro.
Oh, I need to go, man. I started seeing a chiropractor. I'm paying for it. Y te la truenan con madres, O sea, la espalda.
Los huesos.
Y los huesos. Un poquito de todo, ¿verdad? No, but yeah, I hadn't been to a chiropractor, so that was like a experience. But sometimes it sucks, though, because, like, sometimes I'll get down, like, because they asked me to. Like, they'll be like, sometimes they just walk in, they're like, on your stomach, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, no nothing, like, just tell me what to do. But
no dinner, no nothing.
Sí, güey. And I'm just like, ass up, and they're like, all right. Yeah, dude, that's literally what it is. And te lo truenan, güey, o sea, la espalda, ¿verdad? And yeah, I'd never gotten that before. Sometimes it pops like hard, bro, and you're just like, oh, like, like, that's me reacting as a now 30-year-old. I turned 30 during this little break, and I'm starting to see gray hairs in areas that aren't supposed to be there. Like my beard, I have like 2-3 of them coming out through here, and I've never had that. Like, I started getting canas like everywhere. Estoy casado with that, so I get a little bit of those.
Es normal.
Es normal, ándale. Yeah, and
bro, I won't come out a whisker, a fucking beard hair, but it was half black, half white.
Black, no, my bad.
So
yeah,
like acabó la tinta like halfway. I was looking at it like, is this like the point? Like, that was the point where I just got old, like,
yeah,
between that hair.
That's where it kind of gave up. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Mamari.
See, wait, no, and honestly, I mean, I knew I was gonna turn 30, and I was like, okay, me turning 30, I was like, yeah, it's just a number. I mean, honestly, I feel the same. It's just more like being around people and just being like, damn, I'm the oldest motherfucker here. Like, that's the only thing that realistically is like, shit, man. And I guess like this, you look back at it too, and like when I started teaching, it was like I was like 25, I was 26, So it's kind of like, man, like, that time really does just keep going. So like 9 months to not do a podcast that we were doing like consistently, like every week, like, well, yeah, dude, like, time just kind of flies. Like, you live your life, and you just kind of, if you don't talk about it, kind of like what we do on here, like, it's kind of like a, oh shit, like, we're in April now all of a sudden.
It does feel like you're, like, it's just, I mean, you already said it, but it does feel like you're not stopping. It feels, you know what I mean?
No.
Like for
Explain
me,
yourself.
I'm 28, or I just turned 28
You too
like a month
viejón, güey.
ago.
Fuck.
Okay. uh, and yeah, it feels like I'm about to be 30, but it feels like you want to break, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not because you can't stop time. You're not,
No, yeah,
you know.
it's like a immovable
Todos,
object.
todos los chavos are like, no manches, like.
No, man, and that's it's funny because yeah, like you're right. Like, I mean, obviously, I deal with kids like my whole life because I'm a teacher and I'm an educator, and honestly, going out to all of these things, you just realize how like little everybody is. Like, and I know I'm talking like I'm 40, but it's because it really does start to
Yeah,
feel like that.
sí se nota,
See, way
like sometimes when I'm in school, some of my classes are, they're not, what's the word? They're not basic classes, but they are classes that are like the next step after that. You know
like
what I
in your
mean?
major. Is
Yeah,
that what you're talking about?
yeah, but they're not. For me, they're requirements, prerequisites for
Oh yeah,
something else,
okay,
right?
okay.
And for other people that are like doing more hardcore science stuff, like fucking biology and shit,
Yeah.
like they start with those classes off the bat because that's their pathway.
Yeah.
But I walk
Okay, I
in,
got you.
bro, and I see this kid, and I'm like, "What are you like, fucking 10? Like you look like a kid." And I'm like, "What do I
See.
look like?" Like I
No,
probably
yeah.
walked in, and they're like, "Oh shit, professor, fuck," like, you know,
Bro,
like
they're all
you
putting
know,
up their AirPods. They're like, shit. No, and it's crazy too. Well, it's you because you're a man, like you have a full beard. Like, so like lately, I've been noticing, like I've been complaining to my wife because I'm like, it's fucking annoying that my beard comes out faster, but it's still not connected. So it's
yeah,
not even like I can make this a thing. Like this, the mustache and goatee combos are like, I don't have it by choice. Like that's the only thing I can grow. So. But if anything, now it's just annoying because like I can full on shave and like in a couple of days, like it's
yeah,
back like a lot. And for me, I don't have that look like where it's a 5 o'clock shadow. It's just like I'm dirty, like "Bañate, güey," you know.
yeah,
And by the time that like I let it grow out, I'm like, nah, dude, like I can't be going to school like this, you know. Like so, that's kind of where I'm like I'm getting older. Obviously, parts are hurting more. I'm going to a chiropractor, like and just in general, like shit starts to like add up as far as like, oh, you're getting old, dude, you know.
Oh, that's something you have to go to a PT, bro.
Nah, pues nomás para que me agarre otro vato now, güey. Unless you wanted to. No, no. Because you used to
Unless,
do that, right? You'd be like, I bet, and then you would like do stuff to me.
yeah,
I also had like massages, like no, not massage. You know, the sun
and
is
like, can you take your
starting
finger out, right?
to yeah, stupid.
Like,
No,
bye bye.
no, like he would give me suggestions. He would give me like, no, wait,
Pero
it's your.
me mandó a la verga, so ya no le
No,
hice
you were like, it's your medulla oblongata, and he's like, you
nada.
gotta fucking go in there, and that's kind of what he told me. And no, I did the stretches he told me and stuff like that. Yeah, because there's other days that I'll like feel tighter than others, especially like after gigging. Like if we have like a very long day, or if I'm on my feet all day, like yeah, there's certain pains that I get in my body, and it's like you learn to deal with those after a little bit. Like it's kind of like your car. Like you get a car que está medio madreado and like oh it's okay, it just makes that noise, like that's me, you know, like he's all right. He just
So,
makes noises.
but sometimes you have to go to PT so I can help you with that.
No, sí, no, pues get your degree,
Pero
bro,
no, güey,
y
no
luego,
mames.
y luego para que me la agarres todo con madres, o sea, la espalda. Yeah, pero no, yeah, but I'm glad that you're getting closer to graduating, and that's kind of like that's the other reason that I told Victor that it'd probably be best for us to just kind of take a break a little bit. Like obviously it's a commitment to put this show together like every week and stuff like that. But I think given the fact that I'm going into the end of the year and the end of year obviously too, like not like it's funny because I tell you every week like how your I feel like a kid or like asking a kid like how your school going, like "¿Cómo va? How your grades, you got good grades?" Like all B's for bitches, you know, like no, no, but it's like I ask you because like you get like consistently like 90s and stuff because I know that you try hard. I didn't do that. I
Try
didn't do
hard.
that. Yeah, like I didn't try that shit whenever I was young. Yeah, bad student, but I would turn it in. You know, D's get degrees. But I'm glad that you're getting closer and that
I
way you
graduate next semester.
yeah. And now you just gotta find like the program and everything, obviously. But no, pues comadre, güey. Ahí la llevas como quiera.
Ahí va.
Yeah.
But other than that, we've also been working aquí de charros, ¿sabes?
Mhm.
Oh, my favorite news I have is we don't go to burros anymore.
Oh yeah, well, some of you guys don't know that, right? So it's funny. We've talked about being at this restaurant like since the beginning of this podcast, and we
Yeah,
always talked about how the restaurant that we played on Friday nights was we can say
yeah,
it right. I'm like burritos locos, like something like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but we would go there every Friday. And when did we stop? Now that I'm thinking about it,
It was during the summer.
it felt like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the summer.
Yeah, no.
No
Or before
way,
that.
because we were still doing burros when we were on the podcast. No, I'm pretty
Oh no, yeah,
positive.
you're right.
Yeah. So then, like, I don't remember exactly when it was. I mean, we'd have to check our sources, I guess.
I will say though, I am very happy to not be there
All right.
because I hate it, bro. It's good. I would never say anything. I would never say anything because uh this thing that I got from Arturo and I admire it very much is that Arturo like no se queja.
That's
You
true
know,
too.
like
Yeah, he's kind of
Arturo
boss.
is a guy
Yeah.
that's like hace frío or hace calor or something. Like he's always like, bueno, sale charros, and he gets off the van and like he's
Yeah.
very like, he's working like when during the gig he's le está echando ganas the whole time. Like
That's true
no
too.
se agüita.
Yeah. Ándale.
At the end of the gig he's like, no mames, that pinche caliente, like pinche gente or whatever.
He does. Yeah. I never noticed that.
And so there was a time where I would talk shit up. And I think like second or third year into being in Allende, I was like, I hate burros, bro. Like no mames. And there was a time where I would openly tell Arturo like, oh yeah, like I wouldn't tell him like quit the restaurant, but I'd be like, burros is está culero, like, and I would tell him. I forgot a specific time that I told him, like I don't know how like this restaurant has people. Because they're so
Yeah.
they're so bad. And I still remember he was just like, and he just didn't say anything. I was like, no, pues chinga tu madre también. And I stopped saying like, I stopped criticizing burros, right? And then around this summer, he was saying, güey, ya tenemos que buscar otra planta, güey, porque aquí ya no se puede. I was just like, fuck yeah, bro. This is todo. This is mi jefe. And yeah, it came true, But it's because that planta was so... I hate that I forget words. It's so neglective of like so many aspects of like a business,
No, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I mean, I started playing at that restaurant when I started with Allende, like 2013.
Well, I'll say that too. Like when I helped them out at Burros and I was in high school, like Dr. G would tell us like, hay mariachis taloneros, y hay mariachis que they'll do shows and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Los
yeah, I remember
taloneros
that.
van al restaurante y se quedan hasta las 4 de la mañana, like playing songs. And so for me, it was cool as a kid playing at Burros because I'm like, bro, like estoy taloneando, like, and
I'm him, bro.
so
I'm
yeah,
him.
like soy charro. And
So, this is not like that, right? Soy charro de veras.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
basically where you're at right now. Yeah.
And yeah, but then like the more I grew up, like I mean, I think if you look at my face, and then like go even to like first videos of like this podcast, but more of like Allende, like
Yeah.
like I look like a kid, bro. Like compared to now, yeah.
No,
So
it's just because you have a beard.
yeah, that too.
Because when you shave, you still look very like young and fruitful and beautiful.
I don't know, bro. Sometimes I would look in the mirror and I'm just like,
like todas las memorias, todas las desveladas,
Sí,
güey.
güey.
It's like, ¿a qué te dedicas, güey? Like, de charro, like, no mames, tienes 19, güey, pareces viejo, güey, fuck. No, I know what you mean,
Sí,
like,
cada cana es una canción que no me sé, güey.
no, way, exactly. It's funny you nailed it, like, because when I started playing in 2013, like, I mean, we both were in that same group, prior to being in Allende, or like, and Allende was the first group that I started gigging with, where I was like, damn, like this is like real mariachi, where I'm like having to pull out songs and not know much more rap and stuff like that. So for me, like a restaurant like Burros, I still remember the first time I went. Like I still remember the first time I met like all these guys.
Yeah.
Like I went out there and I sat there, I ate the food, and I was like, damn, this sucks. Yeah. But I remember sitting there and I was like, wow, like these guys are just playing all this. Like it's crazy, man, because like you look back and I'm playing with like these guys that I've been playing for years. But like back then, pues estás bien verde, and like llegas and you're like, damn.
I was like, verga, I was like,
No, like Like you're real green. Like you just show
Yeah.
up and you're like, wow. Like I was hearing songs that I'd only heard like on recordings, you know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, in a high school aspect and competition aspect, like there's a certain number of songs that you're gonna get through, you know. But then like they were pulling out songs from like se puede CDs and stuff that, or like not. Well, yeah, I guess kids are gonna know what CDs are. So songs on Spotify, right?
Compact disc.
That I had
Yeah.
never heard before, like in person. So for me, it was like, wow, like these guys are really good, you know.
Yeah.
And then I met him. Not just kidding. No, no, no. Todo mareándolos. Yeah, no, no, no. But like, I started to like get to know them a little bit, and I was like, wow, like this is what it's like to be a mariachi. So in 2013, when I started playing the restaurant, same thing. I was like, man, like that chingon este restaurant, like we're just out here playing and people are having a good time, and that's what it was for a really long time. But then like I think a lot of the outside aspects is what like kind of made it like not so fun. Like you said, like the neglect of the restaurant and
Yeah.
just how they would kind of treat the place. Like I always made that comparison because they have these like neon lights
Yeah.
that are on the restaurant that que dice like gorditas, tacos, burritos, y todo eso. And bro, like there are some carcasses of some bugs that have been there since 2013.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even like at this point like they're mummies, like they're just straight up mummies, you know. And I remember thinking like one day maybe they'll get cleaned, you know. And pues hasta el día, dude, I haven't
No,
seen them.
yeah, it was a lot of it is the staff. I think the breaking point for Arturo was that they were kind of being mean to some of the clientele,
The clientele,
right?
man, yeah,
And it's like there was a point where you would go to Burros and there would be no clients there, right?
yeah,
Or there would be there. I remember a time where it was cold
yeah.
and people got there was like con sábanas. They knew it was gonna be cold. The heaters weren't on. They had heaters there.
Yeah.
You know. What made me mad was that the fucking waitress would come out and be like, "No prendieron los calentones."
To us,
Yeah,
you
like,
know, los charros.
I'm
Like,
sorry, let me clock in. You know, like what?
at that point, like, you want me to start sweeping too? Like,
Yeah,
like, what do
bro.
you want me to do? Like Arturo
Yeah.
back there, like, haciendo, lavando trastes,
Sí,
güey. Like,
está el Paco así volteando la carne.
sí, güey,
what
like,
the
at that
fuck?
point, you know, and it's like, it sucks because, like, as a mariachi too, like, I had brought my family out there, like, or like amigos, you know,
Yeah.
like, it was crazy because like so many times at Burros, what became like a cameo of mariachis, like
Yeah.
just Avengers, you know, like at one point like this person that you know like walks in, you're like, "A la chingada," you know,
Yeah.
like people would just know, so they would show up, or just people that you've seen, they would just show up to Burros. It was like a thing. So obviously you go out there and you want to have either a good show or like just tener buen ambiente, you know, and then like obviously you want to. These people are coming to eat and stuff, you know, so it's like the food is a letdown too, you know.
Yeah.
So like just nothing about that experience. It always just became like, oh, like you guys play chingon or like ta chingon el ambiente, but the restaurant sucked.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's like that's what we're like presenting ourselves in, you
Yeah.
know. So that's kind of where like it became like, yeah, you're right. Like it stopped being fun. But see, when you're young, you're like, oh, I just want to play, bro. I just want to play. Yeah,
Yeah.
uno que quiere, aprender y todo.
Uno que quiere triunfar. ¿sabes?
Ándale. So like going out there and all of a sudden like being in this thrust into this new like outlook, it's very different. And so like, yeah, we stopped playing there, and Friday nights are now open like for us as far as like getting work and finding another restaurant. But I think it's better off. It's like you said, like it just becomes more of a chore than going out there and
Yeah.
actually playing it for. And that's why we still have. I mean, the Thursday planta. The Thursday planta still feels, like a planta. Like people go out there and they go out there and have a good time. And you can actually say like, hey, wait, the food's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it's expensive, but
Yeah.
but it's pretty
The
good.
staff takes care of you.
See, which like this last week we're like, dude, I felt bad.
Yeah.
Last week, I guess just to get on that for a little bit. Last week we were playing at the planta on Thursday. Luego que the restaurant closes at 10 and we'll play like a little bit after, depending on if there's talon and stuff like that. We were playing, and I shit you not, it was like 9:50 something, like, and then like era padre, right? He had to be a padre, like
He was something from the church. Whatever. What's the word? Whatever position gives you the little white slit thing.
yeah, pues un padre,
¿Es
no?
un padre nada más?
I think so, yeah.
No sé.
I remember El Padre Hasso used to have one, like
No,
from
yeah.
All Saints.
But isn't there also like
to be honest, I don't know the
Padrecito.
hierarchy of.
Papas.
No, he's not gonna walk in.
Cardinals.
No, and yeah, but they walked in, man. Llegó un padre. It's like 9:50 something, and it's funny because you can watch the staff like putting up everything because it starts to get quiet or like quieter. There's less people, so they start cleaning up. And pues, what are you gonna do? Llega un padre with his whole raza, and what are you gonna do? Turn down God, bro? Like that's fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
Like so they walk in and like you just see all the staff like, dang, like, we really can't do anything, you know?
Bro,
And-
that sucks. Like I've worked like catering and
you
stuff
said
like that
yeah,
too,
yeah.
and that sets you back so much because there's some things you're not allowed to do until like everybody leaves,
Yeah.
you know, and like disinfecting and stuff. So I knew what they were feeling as soon as they walked in. They're like un vato con the Windex, and you're just like, hijo de tu puta. Digo,
and then ándale,
My
they see the
bad.
padre like, dang, me voy a confesar, bro.
Yeah.
No, like, dang, yeah. Yeah, man. So it's but we still have that planta, which is
Yeah,
we-
that plant is cool.
No, yeah, I still enjoy it. Yeah. De los poquitos que vamos.
Yeah.
Speaking of, yeah, like so going after that, like we didn't lose burros. We decided to kind of leave there. But yeah, then like this was around what, August, September, I'm assuming. October. I mean, it's a little bit of a blur.
It was
by
before
then.
the cold started for sure.
Before the cold started, yeah, and that's like a whole season change, right? Like literally, like it's a season change. And us going into November, oh, that was when I was about to turn 30. Yeah. Oh, and then I did this, bro. I got a tattoo. I feel cool. Yeah.
He
It's
desecrated his body.
yeah. I mean, that's probably what my dad thinks. My dad, I haven't showed it to my dad yet.
For real?
Yeah.
You should record it.
Well, it's
That
funny
was it.
because I didn't really tell anybody that I was gonna do it. Like I've been wanting a tattoo for like forever.
I remember you sent me like a snap of like the tattoo shop.
The
or something,
tattoo
and
shop,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, stay away. Because it's my man. I didn't know it was there. Go.
Yeah, no, she knows.
Oh,
they know,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Like-
It's because we both made it a thing. Right? Oh, shit. Yeah, no, we both made it a thing. I was like, dude, ya estamos viejos. We're 30, you know. And it's crazy how much of a like stigma it is like in the Mexican household of like no te pongas tatuajes and stuff. But it's like at this point, like even here in Arlington, like you could be a cop and have a full sleeve now. Like
Yeah.
it's becoming a thing, like where not everybody who has one is in the
Bro,
gang.
like professors have
That's what I'm
tattoos.
saying. Like even like teachers, like will have like full on tattoos and full sleeves and everything. And these are like they're still acting better than your kids. I promise
Yeah.
you. You know, so like so I just kind of like said like fuck it. You know, like I've always wanted a tattoo. I was low key a little scared and everything, obviously, because I mean they're needles. You know, I was like, yo, cuando me ponen un pollete, I'm like, you know,
Me vas a picar.
sí, o sea, con la aguja. Yeah, but so that's the thing. So me and Zara both said like when we're 30 or like before we're 30, según, we were gonna get a tattoo each. And she wanted to get something, I wanted to get something, and I wanted to get something that was like meaningful to me. And I didn't want to be like basic and put like a treble clef on my damn like Arturo.
Oh, damn.
And my sister, I forgot.
better-
They both have treble clefs.
You better hope they don't see this. Bro.
Yeah, bro. They're like canceled. No, and
I was gonna say like only God can judge me or something.
yeah.
No
And
regrets.
No regrets. Yeah. No, and I wanted to get something obviously that's like meaningful to me. So like what I ended up getting was like the galas that I had on my traje for like the longest time.
Fucking
Those-
stone galas.
Yeah, ándale, they look like little stones. So I it was kind of an easy process. Like I found a tattoo artist that I liked, and I sent him my traje, and he drew it out. And I made a couple of adjustments or whatever, and they volada that way. I got it on my 30th birthday.
I'm
Yeah.
like, why are they falling up?
What do you mean? Wait, no, like fucked up.
Because you have them down. It's like,
No, it was.
oh,
yeah,
I'm
wait,
guessing it's
no,
when
sorry.
you're playing, no?
Yeah, the idea was like when I'm playing.
There you
can
go,
see that
safety.
that they play. Yeah, but they're like regular galas. Like whenever we do like this, was they fall down. You know, that's kind of the idea. But yeah, I just wanted to do something that was like something I've always wanted to do. But yeah, like I said, I didn't tell my mom and tell my dad because they would have like said something about it. But I kind of took the approach that my sister did, where she was like, "Was I got it?" And then I just didn't care. My sister did not care back in the day. So like she
Did you?
got yeah. So she was like, "Pues qué van a decir?" I'm like, "Damn, you right." That's a bad influence right there. Yeah.
It's like, tu mamá con el estropajo, like, not even el estropajo, like, it's like a really harsh like garra, you
Like
just like
sandpaper. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, I got it just for that intention. Like I wanted to get something that was cool, and it was funny too because like now like I know students at the beginning of the year that saw me like when it was short sleeves when it was like hot, and then obviously went to the cold, so I started wearing. I got lucky because I went wearing nothing but long sleeves this whole time.
hmm.
So like that's why my dad hadn't seen it yet. I think he saw it this last week though. I was directing at the All Region clinic, and I was like,
He's like,
yeah, like literally, that's literally what I think happened. Like he was just watching, and he was probably like, "Wait," you know. But I mean, he hasn't said anything. My mom knows I had it too, but I
bro.
just was que me pueden decir? I'm old, bro. Like literally, hasta tengo
What's he gonna do?
canas.
Kick me out?
Yeah, yeah. Pues ya pago taxes, ya pago mi casa. Pues, ¿qué quieres que haga? You know. But it's not the only one I want too. Like I want more, and that's the thing though. After you get it, like one, you're like, damn. Me quiero, como dice el Arturo. Che, pizarrón de first grade. Una mamada aquí, otra mamada allá. Yeah, so.
You got like a plus symbol here. You got, like, un dinosaurio acá.
Sí, güey.
Un pececito.
Ándale. That's the idea. No,
Bro.
no, I'm just kidding. No, but I do want to get like more. But no dolió. And the whole time we were just kind of talking, me and the guy. And he was like 22. He was like a young
bro.
kid. Yeah, he was like real young. So he's like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "Oh, today I turned 30." He's like, "Damn." I'm sorry.
Bro.
Yeah. But yeah, we both got something, and it was like something meaningful to both of us. So it was kind of cool. Because I was gonna have a party. Oh no, I had a party. I turned 30. Yeah, had all the charros out here. But before that, I guess. So we had a big hit in the group right before that. Though Mike, if you remember, who was in the group obviously for a long time with us, he decided to.
No mames, you made it sound like he died.
I know, bro. I didn't realize that. It's because it was honestly.
What?
No, it felt like he was no longer with us because he kind of isn't. Like,
Yeah.
though Mike has been a staple of Mariachi in this since, like, not I wouldn't say the inception, right? I think he came in.
No,
after.
yeah, he told me he came
Andaba con el
in.
Jalisciense antes, no?
He told
Or
me he went in like 2000. I think I'm getting it wrong.
por eso digo,
It was like 2000s.
He wasn't there in the beginning. I
No,
remember
no.
Arturo said
Because the group is 97. I think he came in
like 2000s. Por ahí.
like 2005.
Pues ahí está. Something around.
I think.
Damn, I was in 5th grade.
I was in 2nd.
Don't make you. Yeah, but we just had the Mike. It was crazy too because like the Mike, like I said, he's been with the group like literally forever. As far back as Mariachi has been around, almost what it feels like. And then it was just like a message on the group chat, right? Like, yeah, like Arturo was just like, "Damn, bro," I was like, "No me la van a creer," but the Mike just quit on me. And I remember just being like, "Fuck, bro!" I fell to my knees, way. I fell to my knees, bro. It's just like,
Felt my knees shake.
No, see, wait. It's because Don Mike like knew all the songs, like every freaking song se la sabía. And if he did it, pues at least le echaba adorno y todo, like, and not just that, pues he was like the old, like the wise man of the group. You know, he was the one that like gave everybody like, you know, like that drive of like, if he could be working, like I could be working. You know, like and he's not even like that old or anything like that. It's just that he's been a staple for so long. So for us to just like lose him así nomás de repente, like I'm being serious. Like I just fell on my knees. Like,
Yeah.
take me.
No, I mean, se me dolió. It got me, bro, because I mean, I think the people I talk to the most are you and Arturo.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Mike understood me, bro. Like he's for some reason we watched the same shows, you know, like San en Conducta, like Vecinos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know the shows?
Yeah, I do.
Like
I don't know them enough to like quote them and stuff like that. But yeah.
Or like he would be the person that like he had jokes and be like, "Hey, check this joke out," right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty funny." And he's like, "All right, check this out." And lo va con Sammy, wait. He's like, "He's not gonna get it. What?"
Honestly, I think though Mike might have resented me for that. Like, that's because though Mike, he's right. Like though Mike and Victor had this kind of like dynamic where like, well, you guys are both Mexican, so like, you guys could talk about Mexican shit, Mexican pop culture more than I could with them, obviously. So like, whenever we would get together and talk about shit, like obviously some shit would go over my head, and then I'm like, damn man, it's not the same.
No, Mike would look at you like, ¿no entiendes?
like, no. And yeah, it's just because I wasn't necessarily used to it or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, but that's I know that whenever you guys would talk, oh, that's the thing too. Él siempre te buscaba también, como like
Mm.
you could tell, like, yeah, he would obviously talk to Don Luis and Arturo and just getting together because, like I said, like he's of an older generation, I guess you could say
Yeah.
too. So like, pues casi siempre se junta, with of your generation. But like for some reason, Victor was just like this relic. You could just go to him and be like, no, pues, quién sabe qué, quién sabe qué, quién sabe, and Victor was like, yeah, I understand you fully, like. So I think he felt
I
like
get
connected
it.
in that way,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
because he could like confide in you in something. So por eso es como que te buscaba, a little
Yeah.
bit. So yeah, obviously, like for me, it was just like, damn, man,
Yeah.
like,
No, and like you said too, he always helped out with the rap. Like that's, I think that's because we got, that was also like an extra thing. Like
yeah,
I would ask him, I would be always going to go to him and be like, hey, ¿cómo empieza?
yeah,
And he's
yeah,
like, I'm like, ¿qué tono? Okay. And then I would ask him like, ¿y cómo sale? Or he would come to me like halfway through the song and he'd be like, sale,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
And be like, okay, and I will forget. But like,
yeah,
at the
yeah,
end,
yeah. It's just that he was very se llevaba muy bien, like de músico. Like
yeah,
he knew what was gonna come up, and if he didn't, like he would ask you, or he wasn't uncomfortable like making himself present, so that that way you would know how como va a salir or whatever.
yeah,
Like he was just very, even though like he had been doing it for so long, and that's the thing. Like once you're with the group for so long, like your tendencies and everything too. So like we know how he's gonna va a echar esto, va a echar eso. And like now it's at the point where it's like, damn, man, like I remember that song having adornos, or I remember that song having this part there. And I realize it too whenever I'm playing like my part, estoy tocando. And then like, pues obviously like when you and me play like le echamos como like where the armonía kind of follows the trumpet kind of stuff.
yeah.
And those I'd be like teque, teque, da, 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 pero like nomás como que te falta la trompeta right there, and you're like, damn,
Now it just sounds hollow.
yeah. You're like, man, this is
Yeah.
just sad, bro. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
No, sí está agüitado, to be honest.
Yeah, like for me, I was just like, nah. And so I think I told the group chat too. I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'll give him a call. Cause no, that's funny too. Cause he gave shit to the former guitarón player, which is Jairo. Cause
Oh,
Jairo
yeah.
quit, pero no se despidió así como de
De
todos,
los
right?
charros, yeah.
Yeah, and Mike was like, no, pues que no se despidió bien, like, o sea,
Mhm.
un día a otro, o sea, nomás
Yeah.
se fue. And now he's just like,
Yeah.
it was like what? It was a Thursday.
It was like a Wednesday.
It was a Thursday.
It had to be a Wednesday, no?
I think it was a Thursday because we worked.
That Thursday?
Oh, it was Thursday.
No, it was a Wednesday because the next day I was like, well, who's going to go tomorrow? And then he came back for Friday, remember? For that gig where Arturo was like, no, pues ayúdame,
Yeah. Well, yeah, like he kind of, because I said like I'll call him to like,
Mhm.
pues para dar las gracias, no?
Yeah.
And Arturo was like, well, let me invite him to like the next gig. Maybe he'll
That
show
Friday.
up.
That
y
Friday,
ahí,
yeah.
Nos despedimos.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with this. Yeah, but he said he just tried to quit cold turkey. Like he didn't
Yeah.
no say. I guess it was maybe a little painful or something because he had his reasons to leave.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you can't really fault him on that. Like it's more like it's more upsetting in like not a mad way. It's more of like a sad, because it's like, I guess because in my head I'm like, if I were to have left or be in the position to leave, and then obviously I would let you guys know, and I'd be like, no, pues this is the situation, like this is why, and that gives us almost a period of time to be like, oh, pues I understand, you know. So like once Arturo gave us like his reasons for leaving, we're like, well, we understand, but it's still like it doesn't mean it doesn't upset you. You're just like, damn, man, like it's just like I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but it's like whenever you lose a compañero, like in any group, it's like obviously you hang out with this person more than maybe your wife or your husband. And so because of that, like you almost know these people. Not that you know more about them than your spouse, obviously, but I'm saying like you know them probably at a level that maybe their spouse doesn't know them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like él está casado. No, Mike is married. He's a married man. For a long time, and so once you get to know them and everything, like you probably know a version of them that even their wife doesn't know.
Yeah.
So it's like es como un amigo, man. Like, so he really, I mean, es amigo, compañero, pero más bien es como amigo. So for them to quit like cold turkey, pues it sucks because it's like, damn, man.
And I think it was like an issue of like he couldn't like know how to like arrange his feelings.
Yeah.
because like when he was playing, he would basically say these things, like oh ya cuando me vaya, and be like, like
Yeah.
hace como su carita.
Well, that's the thing too, man. Like, I mean, I guess I could say that he when we played like so anyway, so he left the group obviously, and then Arturo was like, well, can you at least help me out for this Friday gig? And if you remember, we went to like a far gig.
Yeah, I remember.
We went in the van and we played outside at this party, and más bien se hizo como la última chamba de Don Mike,
Yeah.
So we went out there and we played or whatever. And it was funny because it was kind of like when Paco had his retirement,
Yeah.
we played like a mi manera, and you could tell he was getting a little like emotional. I don't know if you saw it, but like I could tell that he was kind of like, nah, pues, like he was leaving and he wasn't going to be playing as much and everything. And being there, I could tell that. But también no le salía las notas igual because I think he might have gotten emotional a little bit. And and I remember too because at the end, like when he was estaba despidiendo y todo, like he didn't want to go back to his car.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like, no, pues muchas gracias, charros, y quién sabe qué.
Or you saw there, but like his eyes were like,
yeah, no, see, they were. That's what I'm saying. Like it.
¿Vas a llorar?
That's what we thought. No, yeah. But it's like, yeah, it's because it's that kind of situation where like maybe he didn't want to, and based on his reasons, I think he maybe his body still wants to, but like at the same time he can't, or whatever his reason would have been. But yeah, I know that he was upset about it, But again, like being like that where he had to leave. I mean, he had to leave. I mean, everybody has their reasons, And
before the chisme starts, he is still getting out there.
Yeah,
he's
right.
just not.
Yeah.
Working 10 hours a weekend.
Yeah.
He's trying to do a chambita here. Because he helped us out.
Yeah, recently, right?
Like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was like on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And, Arturo was looking for somebody, so he reached out to the mic. He came out. And then we saw him at that one gig. He had gotten a gig before he obviously left for his sobrino or something like that. We played at that wedding. And it was funny because like it's like the first time, well, not the first time I've seen him as a civilian, but like seeing him out there like with his wife, he just looked like a normal guy. He had a button-up shirt and had his shirt tucked in. He thought he's looking all dapper. And then like not even like 20 minutes in, he's like, I think it's like Arturo was gonna go sing a song, and he's like, "Oh, si quieres, yo le echo." Like, so then he ends up playing with our new trumpet player, and they're kind of like both playing and stuff. And then like he just stayed there, like, and then he's like, "I have my trumpet in the car." So like he went to go get his trumpet, and it's like I can tell like you miss playing, like dicen que un músico like nunca se retira, and I really believe that. Like, yeah, maybe you'll stop, but like you always have that como this itch to play something, and I think he felt the same. So that's why like even when we were done with the gig, ¿te acuerdas? He went to the van. Ahí nomás estamos cotorreando. It's like, well, we still have to go to another gig, And it's almost like he felt like he was just standing there and he was like, no, pues, ¿a dónde vamos? Like, he's like, bro doesn't want to go back to his wife.
He's like, no, I'm not busy.
Yeah. His wife's like,
I actually brought my traje. I mean, no.
Yeah, lecho? Like,
you're going to pay me. I just want to play.
I just want to play. No, man. Y luego, I mean, it wasn't even just, obviously, ¿cómo se llama? Don Mike. Like, Saul, también, he left us also. And if we've talked about Saul on here, he's been on the pod. He's been on the podcast before. Yeah, I forgot that we had his episode. He came back from Spain. I forgot that. Well, that was around that time, right? When did he come back? It was like August.
Yeah.
So he came back from Spain and he graduated from Berkeley. Congrats, man. Like, it's chingon.
He's a master.
He's a master.
Maestro.
Master of recording. Master recorder. Right? I don't know. I should probably pay attention more to those. But he came back and he started playing with us again. And obviously, like, he was in our group before he took off. Also,
he was like, "This sucks." Like,
no, like he
what?
Like he was in our group before he took off to Spain.
Yeah.
Right. And then, he went to Spain. He came back and he started playing with us again. But when was it? You said it was around the cold time too, right?
Yeah.
It just felt like we were all dropping like flies or something because it was the mic.
I'm like, all right, who's next? Yeah, un solo. Like,
you know what's funny? You know how we always said that we can't take photos at photo booths. Like, when you go to a wedding and they have like a photo booth or whatever, and they have like the props y todo el pedo, quién sabe qué. I have it in my room right now, actually.
Which one was it?
When we went to that wedding. All right. ¿Cuál de todas?
Este vato.
¿Cuál de todas? No, it was a wedding that we went to. We played outside. Fuck. Stupid.
No mames, Sammy.
Um,
you,
it was in.
you started at 0, you stayed at 0, bro.
Point is, we played at this wedding, and there was a photo booth there, and in that picture is tú, yo. Point is, Saul was in there, and we always said that we couldn't take photo booth pictures because every time we take a photo booth picture, it's like Final Destination, bro. Like someone in that picture dies, like, but like, well, in
Someone
our case,
quits.
someone quits. Yeah, so, and it's almost like always a thing. It's kind of like the trip thing, like where somebody falls, someone's gonna fall soon. Like that was a thing too in our group. Like, si alguien se cae, like someone in a couple of like weeks.
Didn't someone recently fall?
I don't remember.
I thought someone fell. Like,
Yeah, it's just a thing, man. That happens to us. We just fucking trip. And it's funny because he was in that picture and well, sure enough, también Saul kind of left like to pursue other endeavors, I guess.
Yeah.
We didn't really get a reasoning from Arturo, I guess you could say, but. No, but again, it kind of sucks because it's like, damn, man. Like, he's like, he came back from Spain.
I thought what we had was special.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, but like I said, I can't really fault anybody for like wanting to do what they want to do. Like, it's fine. But it does suck, obviously, because it's like you want these. It's almost like I thought we were gonna play forever, but but obviously everybody has a different situation. And I know he's pursuing a lot of his things. Like he's trying to record and do all these things, but it doesn't mean it doesn't like hurt.
Yeah,
it's just like, damn, man, like ya no está aquí, güey. No, and you don't talk to them as much, and you don't see them as much, and that's just because like you spend so much time with charros, like when you're around each other. So like, yeah, man. So it just felt like for a while, like, damn, man, like who's next? And we're just looking around, like, it's like, what is that video? It's like, who's one of us is it's like a shark. One of us is possessed by an owl. Like who? It's like, that was us. Like in the group, just looking around, like, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Like, can I say? Yeah, right. With the little guns. No, man, it
really was for the best, bro. Like he looks so much happier, Just he looks radiant.
Were we the toxic one?
Yeah. He was like, damn, I was really missing out.
Yeah, dude.
The Mike, bro, at the party, like I don't know if he's dyeing his hair, but he looked a lot healthier, like
I think it's just we're the toxic one.
He's exfoliating or something. Like he's
no ojeras. Yeah. Like, he even smelled good, bro.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. Is that just what happens when you stop playing with us? Like,
bro.
Damn, man.
I guess it was us.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like I said, it's cool for him. Like I always love that guy. I just haven't talked to him as much. It's kind of sad. But and it's not just because I don't talk to him. It's more like we play together all the time. So like I see you all the time. And that's the thing too, even with the podcast, man. Like we don't get to have this much interaction without the podcast.
Yeah.
Like más bien llegamos al trabajo. Hola, mucho gusto. Like that's our relationship outside of the podcast.
¿En qué tono?
Yeah, we're just like we're coworkers. So we get there like, role official.
Nah, no.
Yeah, it's like we don't even like go like this, bro. It's just like
fuck you.
Like, mucho gusto. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Con quién tocas? Like brand new. Fuck.
¿Es Morales?
Sí, güey. No, yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, I miss both of them. I miss both of them being around. But yeah, I mean, we're still trucking along. And now Paco's making more cameos.
Bro.
Paco, like, el que se retiró hace no sé cuánto.
Hace 3 años.
Sí, güey.
Todavía sigue aquí. Like,
yeah.
He's like that senior that graduates and keeps coming back to high school. He's like, what's up? Remember?
What's up? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I had this fucking touchdown, bro. No, it was probably the best.
Yeah. Yo llegando ahí, like now it's funny because it's almost like a thing. Every time I see Paco and I'm walking up, because you know how like he rides with Arturo, so he's in the passenger seat and we're like, ya valió madre, güey. Llegando, like, Chipaco, güey, what's up? And he's like, rah, rah, rah. He fucking, it's like that's his thing, Tasmanian devil. He's like, no, yeah, but yeah, man, like that's just how it is, man. So I mean, like I said, we lost our planta. We lost 2 elementos. Like, fuck, bro. Like,
que sigue, güey.
I can't do it, bro.
It's too much.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, after that, what's it called? Basically, for me, it was, like I said, I turned 30. I had a party here at my house. That was fun. from what I remember.
So
Yeah. Hey man, I figured maybe just one time that I'll get. Let's just call it very happy.
that's what I said.
Bien feliz, bien feliz. Me puse bien feliz, más feliz. O más bien, me puse tan feliz que it came out of me.
Me lo encontré sonriendo allá afuera.
Ándale. And
Bro, you scared me, bro.
I was just smiling, you know, I was being very happy, and then Victor walks up and he's like, "You good, bro?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm just so happy."
You scared me, bro. I was like looking for a spot, and I was like,
Para bien, ¿verdad? ¿Fuiste bien?
I was like,
¿Sí, no?
sí.
Okay, that's fine. That's the thing that happens at all Mexican parties, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you just find, well, it's more for the guys.
Yeah.
The girls are the ones that go inside, like, para ir al baño.
Yeah.
But
I remember I was just like, con madre, está bien oscuro aquí.
Dude, it was really funny because while I was being very happy, like I remember I just like looked up and you just spawned, and I was like,
you spawned for me, bro.
Yeah,
like, I didn't expect it. I thought I was by myself, you know, and then it's just
Styles.
like I just see this guy like in a fucking like music video of Linkin Park. It's just like, like
no, man, it's just I think I was just really having a good time. Like I and that's the thing about throwing a party together con charros también. Like I was combining like my family plus my friends plus charros. Like so like to do all that. Like I was a little stressed out. I probably should have ate before.
Yeah.
But like to put a party together, like it's not easy, man. So like ya cuando dije okay, vamos a hacer. Más bien Zero was like, we're gonna have a party at our house. I was like, we? I was like, but yeah, we had a party here and it was cool too. Like you guys played for a little while. I was playing apparently. Yo, what was the story? Because you know you guys were playing like mañanitas and stuff for me and my wife, and I was so happy, like you know, that I was watching them.
When you were dancing?
Yeah. Me and my wife obviously were like dancing. Yeah, we were having a good time. And but there was one point where like who played? Was it Cascabel or something? I don't.
Oh,
why did I play bass?
So
why was I playing guitarrón?
I forgot why I was playing harp. Because I brought a harp, pero there was no guitarón player. Because I think I was expecting Michael to be there, and he hadn't shown up. So Matt played my harp, and I was playing your guitarón. Oh, you were like, "That's my guitarón." I'm like,
yeah, it's because it was 2 times. It was.
And then Joe had like a vihuela too.
Tiene mi vihuela, and I was like, just supplying all you motherfuckers. Like, que soy pinche guitar, so mariachi connection. Like looking around, like that's mine.
Yeah.
Pero como andaba bien happy, I was like, no hay pedo, échale.
Yeah, and I think Matt wanted to go somewhere, so I started playing harp.
Yeah.
And then they asked for Cascabel, and you were like, I think I told you like, pues échale a mí. You're like, nah, bro, that's like the heartbeat of mariachi, bro. Like, and I was like, nah, échale. Okay. And then like, you just fucking grabbed it.
I remember having that conversation. I remember. Oh, I was even telling you're really good, right?
Yeah.
I remember that too. I was just playing. Well, I was bien happy, bien feliz. And I was just watching you, bro. I was like, dang, like I think I just had like a genuine moment where I was like, bro, you're really talented, like. But I was telling you, it was like that, right? I was like, you're really good.
Well, I think I was doing like the solo, and I just heard you like, you're really good, bro. And then like people were laughing. And it's like, oh, he's really good, like, you know. Oh, you're like, "Cate bueno." I think there's a video of there somewhere. Like,
yeah, it has to be. Like, I was focused, man. I was, pues andando bien feliz así. Pues estaba tocando, and I just had my eyes closed, and I was just. If anything, I was feeling out the music in a different way, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like dun 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 dun. You know, I was like just really feeling that bass line.
I think you looked at me. You were like, "This is how you play it." I was
I remember that too.
Like culero.
I was like, how you do this, bro? Like, yo no puedo.
You're like, tocas mejor, güey. Sonas mejor, güey. Like, suena bien.
No, it was a good time. Un desmadre like to put together like some, but. I mean, maybe after otro, quién sabe. I don't know.
Next year?
No, hombre, ya.
No, this year.
A los 40 mejor.
No mames, güey. One drink and you're like, ya me voy a crudar.
Sí, güey. If anything, I'm just knock out and be like, no, you guys put up, man. Yo, ahí los veo mañana.
Like, somebody feed Sophie, bro.
It's like, woo. Yeah, but yeah, it was a good time and just putting that all together. And cold season. It was actually cold today. But like I put a tent together and everything.
You brought like those jet heaters.
Oh no, I only had one, and then Jaime showed up after. He's got like this flamethrower
Yeah.
type diesel one.
It
Like
looks like a fucking jet engine, bro.
yeah, so when he turns it on, it's like.
Yeah.
I remember like being so. I was real happy, right? So I remember just being like, when did that get here? Like so that wasn't there when we started the
Yeah.
party. I was like, nah, but night pedo. That was the least of my concerns at that point. But yeah, I mean, it was a good time, and I'm glad everybody had a good time, and apparently I had a good time. So,
Great time.
pero aunque sea una vez, güey, a la vida, Desde ese día, pues, yeah.
No, todo así, güey.
Sí,
Claro.
no. So, muy bien, muy bien, muy bien.
Muy bien. Good first time.
And it was a cold time. We had a cold winter. Going into for me, obviously too, like January is always like UIL season. I forget that I'm a teacher sometimes. I forget every day, honestly, how much responsibility I have to be around children and young adults. I say children because like sixth graders are still children, bro. Like
Yeah.
sixth graders are still kids, man. And,
Bro, at our age, fucking senior in high school is like children, bro.
no, man, like at some point it's funny too because you think back and can you see yourself like back in high school? Like I can remember looking around and just be like seeing how people looked, and I just feel like every year they've gotten younger. And I don't know if that's just because again, like I have been around in school now for a while, but like yeah, it just feels like every year like the sixth graders get smaller, and if anything, by the time that they're like 10th, 11th grade, then they look older. But like there's just it's such a disconnect in how they look, and at this point, like I can't imagine. I can't even think of how small or big a kid is anymore. Like I don't know what does a kid look like? I don't know anymore.
That's real concerning.
Yeah, it's like kids look like kids or they look like adults. Like there's I don't know how to describe it. Like there's kids at my high school that like full on beard, like they look like they got 4 kids and a wife at home, and then there's like a kid right next to them that's just looks like he's watching Cocomelon before he gets to the first period. You
and
know,
he's
like,
older too than the other guy.
yeah, and he's older. No, it's a huge disconnect, man. So like when I obviously like for UIL and preparing your students as an educator, like to get to that state contest, which this year we did well. Like we went to the state contest again. We qualified. Good on them. Every year, like I've said this to a lot of like other teachers, but like for me, like my program's not that big, but like every year, like I'm literally just like this is what I have, and this is what I have to do to get them to sound good or whatever. So it's more of like me just trying to just make them sound as good as possible with that small group that I have. It's like whatever I can do to make them sound better. Like that's it. I mean, it's a small group. I mean, I sometimes you wish you had like double the amount of kids that you do, but then that also comes with more responsibilities. So I don't know, it's a whole thing, right? But we went to state and they got Division 2. But I mean, for me, it's not really necessarily like the awards and all that. Like I do not, I still to this day do not really care about awards. I guess more, I guess this is a question for you, but like, how did you feel after you lost the competition or anything? Like, think back to, I guess back then.
We never lost, bro. Not thinking of
It's like I wouldn't know. Yeah. Like the reason I ask is because whenever I guess because last year we had a Division 1 like at state, so that's kind of like your high, like that's where your bar is set now. So obviously, like every year, I'm like, because I want to try to make sure that I get to that level again, or try that I know that it is possible to get a 1, because we've gotten there. So then when we went out there, I mean the kids they did well. Like half my class or half my group is like half freshmen, and then the other half is like upperclassmen, and then like 80% everybody there was like their first contest ever, Mariachi. So a lot of them it was their first experience, getting down to all of this, and then it's funny because whenever we started, we finished or whatever, and they got Division 2, like they were all so upset, like not like mad, they were like sad,
Yeah.
and that's where like my first experience where like I really felt like I had to be like their presence to be like it's okay, none of this, not that it doesn't matter, but it's not the end of the world that you guys didn't get a Division 1, and it's crazy, man, because you see that like how much it upsets a kid, and I could only just think back and be like, or like not think back, but just be like, what if I was just like a jerk? I was just like, damn, like y'all could have gone to 1. Like imagine I'm just like y'all could have gone to 1. What happened? Like coaches are like that,
Yeah.
like they'll just make you run laps. I remember in baseball, like y'all sucked. We're gonna run like 14 poles right now, and it's like, damn, I should make kids do push-ups or something like that,
So, give me 5 burpees.
Ooh, nomás 5. That doesn't sound
5
like
is enough, bro.
burpees, like 10 at least.
Give me 10.
No, ahorita no. Se cae la casa.
You like me bocareo, no? Yeah.
Yeah, but the reason I say that is because that was like my first time where I really felt like I needed to talk to them. Like we went back to the hotel, and I felt like I created a core memory. I gave them like the coach is right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not trash.
Y'all
are trash.
I'm gonna say your name individually, so you're trash. Like student number 1, like no man. No, it's not like that, man. Like you have to. It's funny because like I had to remind them like this is just school. Like you guys got to this point, and your job as a student is just to do your best. Like,
¿Te imaginas? ¿Se van a quitar? ¿Dos por eso? I can fail you instead. Like I'll fuck up your GPA so bad. Like,
and that's why you're not an educator. Like it's funny because like I like this year especially, man. Like I felt like as an educator, like you can. On paper, it says that you just teach like notes and spaces and rests and keys, whatever. Like that's on paper that says what you're supposed to teach. But like, I find myself being an educator. I find myself being a counselor. I find myself being like a person to talk to, like a conflict resolver. Like I feel like I'm doing much more than it says on paper, and especially this year, like I just felt like I'm doing a lot more as far as what I'm used to. And it, not that like this is all bad or anything. Like that's kind of what you sign up for as a teacher. Like,
well, I think anything with like dealing with other people is kind of like that. Especially in education. I think, but like I think if you're working to help people, like healthcare or like some type of service, like it's more than just a job. Like you're also kind of like, I mean, it's also like outside of the job, like you're also like a human being, and if you see someone else in distress, like it's almost like second nature. Like, hey, like you okay?
You okay?
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, man.
But I do think that educators, I mean, dealing with kids, like kids are very. My mom likes to use the word like son como esponjas. Everything you give them, like they just fucking take it in.
Yeah. Soak it up. Yeah.
And it's very important, like in their growth, to learn. Like I think that was a good thing to do. Like if they're losers and be like, hey, you're a loser, it's not that bad,
But I still love you.
Yeah,
you're still good kids.
A little less, but
yeah, a little less. But I would have liked y'all more if y'all got that Division 1. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna get pizza now. We're just doing fucking green beans and rice.
Y'all could have had pizza. That's so upsetting as a kid, bro. You could have had a pizza party. Fuck that little sliver of pizza.
You like pepperoni, or it's just a cheese pizza?
That's what y'all could have had.
No marinara sauce.
Instead, you guys all failed. So sorry to say.
But as much as a win is also good. Like I think you also need to give them a talk of like, hey, like this feels like you're peaking. Like like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I keep telling kids. Like. My biggest thing was like you guys are having an experience that hopefully, especially because like I had this year. Well, I guess I haven't talked about some of my students this year, but like I had a couple that were, they're seniors this year, and they were in orchestra this whole time, and like I kind of like almost begged them to get into mariachi because otherwise I would have had like 1 or 2 violins, and this year I had 4, which is still not a full violin section, but I'd like to think that they enjoyed it enough to like want to stay. And I mean, when I talked to them about it, they liked it, and they all had a positive reaction to seeing, like, that's the thing too. Like so many, I mean, imagine, dude, like if you started mariachi your senior year, you don't know anything about mariachi, So like when they went out to state and they saw like grulla play, and grulla just sounds like chingon, like, okay, what's in the water in the valley? Like that's a thing, bro. Like something down
a lot right now.
Yeah. But like being down there and seeing a group, of that caliber, like for them, it's inspirational because they're watching. They're like they noticed, like when the violin players, they ponen un chingo de rosin, and they come in and they start with like 16s, like, or, and it's just like a smoke wall.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all real. Like, and then when they finally see it, they're like they all kind of had like an awakening, and I'm like, Well, yeah, man. Like it's just not just us in the little Fort Worth,
Yeah.
putting this together. Like there's schools all over Texas that are really just like that, and it's not to it should never be a way to put these kids down. It's more of like a damn, like this is crazy that this is out
Things where
there.
you can be.
Yeah, and so yeah, like in that time, like sí me agüité poquito because I was like, man, like poor kids. But yeah, your job as an educator is to remind them that ultimately it's not that it doesn't matter, but this is just music. It's a
It's one more
competition.
experience.
Yeah, that you didn't have before, and so that was my job. So I tried to put them together. But UIL, obviously, once it's over, I'm like, chingón, finally. Like, es un pinche estrés, güey. And so, like, just looking back, I'm like, man, at least, like, going through that whole motion, it's over. And then plus, it makes me miss more days, which now you guys have been seeing me miss, obviously, because of
Well, I
teacher
haven't
stuff.
seen you. You just miss.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Like, it's not because I didn't want to, It's,
No, está bien, bro.
yeah.
You're just happier, bro. Está bien.
Como tú dices, estoy triunfando.
Yeah.
Like,
Triunfando el vato.
yeah, like right after that, I went to Midland.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because I told Arturo, our boss, like lately I've been trying to like every month send him a message of like the things that I have coming up, but they're always teacher stuff. Like it's stuff that I have to go to, like region this weekend. Like I have to go to our region. I'm their director. Like, imagínate, I'm like I have students at region. Where's your teacher? Oh, he's gigging. Like I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just no se mira bien. So Frank, shout out to Frank. He invited me in March to like the Midland Mariachi conference out there, and I had known about it. I never got the invite. I was like, damn. But he invited me out there, and it was a good time. It was my first time going out there. I got to teach a little bit over there, and I got to perform, which was cool. I had never been out to. I mean, no me invitan. That's what I kept telling him. I was like, yo, bien humilde, bro. Yo me quedo in Fort Worth, and if somebody wants me, like, I'll come out. I'll go to your house right now, But it's just like yo me quedo aquí in my little casita, And so, but like, it was cool because I got to play with a lot of my peers. I guess you could say I had a shout out to them that I got to meet a lot of them for the first time. But like a lot of guys that like I've known a lot of years about, or I have them friends on Facebook, but I had never like actually like performed with
Yeah.
them. So it was cool. Like they sent out like a set list of canciones, and they said, no, pues apréndenselas. And then a lot of them were de cajón, so like I knew them already, so it wasn't. And with Armonía, it's a little bit easier. Like me, it's funny. Our sectional was like in our hotel room. Like they're like, we're gonna go over the songs. Okay, pues cómo le das ahí? No, pues ahí. Okay, and we were done. Like it felt like
Yeah.
it was like little things. It took like maybe like an hour or an hour and a half, but realistically it wasn't that hard. Más bien, we were just hanging out because we would get off topic, tocando whatever, and we're like, oh yeah, let's get back to it. ¿Qué tocas ahí? Whatever. The armonías like that. Los violines en chinga, way, because they had to learn all that. Like,
Yeah.
sí, way. Like, honestly, violins, bro. Like, eso sí es un desmadre. Y también los de la trompeta. It's funny too because in the hotel, it's in Midland, which I've never been to, and in Midland, it's very windy apparently all the time. There was a dust storm.
Uh-huh.
It got to here.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how apparently like it was like the biggest dust storm ever. I was like, is this just how it is all the time? Because it like, have you ever seen The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Like the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original, like it was in black and white, but it's like got this like red, like reddish dusty color in the beginning, and then it turns into Technicolor with all the colors. It looked like the beginning of Wizard of Oz. Like walking outside, and like poor kids are walking to like the workshops, like,
Right.
like,
Yeah, that was bad. You could smell it.
yeah,
Like-
it was bad. Like one of the days, it just looked like Star Wars out there. Like I felt like I was on one of those like different planets or whatever. Yeah, no, for real. And where was I going with this? What was before that?
You're in Midland, triunfando.
Yeah, I know. Oh no, the hotel, right? The hotel that we stayed at. Pues, todos los violinistas, like we had Marcos Zarate and Mario Ferrer, who are also in Arrieros and stuff. I guess I don't want to say everybody's name. I don't know how comfortable they all are or whatever. But we had a lot of conocidos there, and it was cool. We were staying at this hotel that apparently all the pilots lived in or like stayed at from the airport. So like one of the days they were like, we're gonna have a sectional, los violines, y se fueron para afuera. And you could hear them like from my hotel because we did our sectional like in our hotel room. afuera nomás oía like Jarabe Tapatío and like Son de la Negra and Veracruz. So yeah, que they were like playing that stuff
Yeah.
outside. And then like they abruptly stopped. Y después they said it was like, no, they walked in and I think the trumpets walked in and they're like, well, we were having they were having their sectional and they got kicked out. They're like, ah, ¿por qué? Well, they were outside. Like, no hay pedo. And it's like, no, pues es que they said that the pilots, apparently there's a bunch of pilots here, like, staying here. They all stay at this hotel or whatever, and that they were getting complaints. And I was like, ah, chingado, like, so it just became like a joke, like, just pilots, bro, like, just, they're like, mañana se va a caer un avión nomás because of us. You're gonna trace it back to that sectional, bro.
You're like playing, you see like.
It's because we somehow caused, I guess, them to not get sleep on this madre. But yeah, like it was like just pilots,
Quagmire way.
See, it's just like it's pilots, mamá de media. Yeah, but and going out to Midland, another thing that I got to do is like obviously like we performed out together and stuff like that, and like I said, it was cool. They were having like I had never. Well, I guess I knew that Marcos Zarate. I remember back when we were doing we used to listen to like their albums in high school and stuff like that. He's such a good guitar player.
Have you seen him play guitar?
I'd never seen him play guitar. You have seen him before?
Yeah.
When? ¿Tú cuándo?
His videos.
Was he? Oh no! Well, exactly. Like I've seen him like in videos, but those are just like snippets, you know. Like
no, but you can tell like the stuff he's playing. You're like,
well,
cool.
now I know.
Yeah.
Like there was one point where like it was after the concert and everything, and they were just like hanging out, being real happy, and then he was just jamming on the guitar. And it's funny because like they're all. I think I told this to my wife where it's like, I guess like me like. I was having a good time and just like being around and everything, but just like watching them, like for them, like hanging out when you put a bunch of musicians and them jamming out and just like being very happy, like they're like musical nerds. So like when you see them like jamming and stuff like that, like I pay more. I'm a nerd because I'm just paying attention. And I'm like, damn, like because está requinteando y está echando todos adornos and everything. And I'm just like, damn, like everybody's just here, like hanging out. They're like having a good time. And I'm just like watching, like, I'm like, what is he doing there? Is he adding? Wow, ese adorno está con madre. Like the whole time I was just nerding out. Yeah. I wasn't even like present. I was just like nerding. I was being a fucking nerd. And luego también I had Michael Cital. I never really hung out with him. He's very good. Yeah. It's funny. He was just hanging out like on the bed. Así nomás estaba acostado. And then he's like, I'll play guitarrón. He takes out a guitarrón. He's playing all these like jazzy, like little like bass lines and stuff like that. And I'm just like, so like between like watching Michael and then watching Marco, just like watching them two, I'm just like, dang, you guys are really good. Like, does nobody else appreciate this? Like, I just like, that's how I felt. But obviously they're just like hanging out and shit. You know? But that's just the nerd in me where I was like, damn, like, you know, these guys are really good musicians. And when you put them together, it's just like really, it just feels like a combination of like, wow, like all these guys are just nerds, but they're. Yeah, like they're just there. Just like for them is normal, and I'm just over here like nerding out, you know. But it was a good time. It was a real good time to put that all together or whatever.
Ya acá forward, estoy trabajando en el talón. Forgot what we did that week.
Well, you guys.
That was the week that Mike helped us because you came back that next Sunday.
Oh, sí. Yeah.
But I can't remember what I did.
What do you mean?
Chambier. Huh?
Oh yeah. Because I remember I came back on that Sunday.
Yeah.
The flight left at 6 a.m, bro. Like from Midland. We had to be there like at 4 or 5 a.m. Like
Frank was like, okay, viniste, güey. Like,
yeah.
Like, so you were done. Like,
I was like, Frank, you could have put it, you know, como a las 12, you know, sleep in. I was like, no, a las 6. No, you see, wait. Oh, and then that was cool too. Like I got to play. Well, obviously I had known Frank for such a long time. Frank Carriona, shout out to him, and then Adrian Perez, shout out to you, bro. So like what I liked about obviously like playing with those guys is like again like back when I was at Texas State and I competed against Frank at one point, you know, like when he was at UTPA, UT Pan Am, and then like with Adrian, I've known Adrian since like we were in high school, you know. And I think right after the concert, like it was cool. We played like Tilingo Lingo like together, and like he played Veracruz, and like me, I've always seen him play on stage or anything like that, but I never played with him. And I told him after the concert, I was like, wait, you know how long I've known you, and we've never had the opportunity to like play together. And he was like, dude, you fucking suck. That's why, bro.
You never come here again.
Yeah, he's like, ya no me van a invitar, esos culeros. Yeah, but I was like, no, man. Likewise, like I had never like he was like, tocas chingón y quién sabe qué. I was like, now I know you're lying, bro. Like, I was like, just dime la verdad, you know. No, but it really was cool, like to put it together with like a lot of these guys that again I've seen or I've known about, or like Manny. What I liked it.
Yeah.
Manny was Manny's hilarious, bro. Like being around that guy. Shout out to him. And Valentín, su hermano y su papá. Eran los tres, bro. Like they're all the same, you know, like los tres, you know, like they have like very much like the same characteristics and stuff like that. And we met like Manny too, like in El Paso, right? When we went to the Border Folk Festival.
He was at Albuquerque too.
Yeah, and he was there too. No, but like just being around him a lot more, I was like, no, man, it's the way. Like you can't turn him off, you know. but like in a good way,
Yeah.
Like he's just always on it, man. He's hilarious. And so just being around those guys, like playing with those guys was cool. And a lot of the times, like I said, hasta Mario, Churrito.
Yeah.
From San Antonio. It's funny because he pointed out to me that back when I was in Texas State, like something like my first year or second year, no me acuerdo. He was at Roma, or I don't remember what's or is it Rio Grande? I don't remember. One of those really good Valley schools.
He went to Roma.
Yeah, okay, so there you go. And he asked to take a picture with me. Like, and he told me that his place, because I never played with him either.
Yeah.
He was just like a student. Oh, más bien, I remember watching his video of him playing like at Veterans Middle School cuando estaba morrito, güey. Like it was like a video of like them playing at like the Vargas Extravaganza, donde estaban tocando, and they were like in middle school. Estaba todo morrito. That's where I knew him from. Then después, he knew me from Texas State and stuff. He asked to take a picture with me, and then at Midland, he took a picture with me again. We're like, bro, I still have the picture that we took together when we were like, you know, when I was in high school and you were in Texas State. I was like, chingado. He's like, dude, I still have it on my Instagram. And he like pulled it up. Like, ay, güey, dude, me miro bien pinche beautiful. Ahorita ya no. Ahorita ya no.
He looks the same.
He looks the same. He has like that thick ass beard. Yeah. Which he shaved it off like for the concert.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, that shit's gonna come back by tomorrow.
Yeah,
He's got
tomorrow.
a thick ass, you know, good for him, you know.
Must be nice.
But yeah, I remember like just being like, it's crazy, man. Like, como te lleva la vida? Because again, like I've known a lot of these people for such a long time, and I never got the opportunity to play with them. And I think that's why like ese grupo se llama Mariachi Los Viajeros. Well, I don't know if that's why, but Frank, like that's what they call that group. And they pointed out, es que somos los viajeros, because it's kind of like they take people from all these different places and they, you know, bring it together. So I was very like fortunate, or I felt very fortunate to get the call, like to do something like that. Because for me, I found it very cool because I had never done anything like that, you know. And ya si no me invitan, pues está bien. No, I told them too. I was like, bro, si no me invitas,
Well, I'll help clean. Like,
lo que quieras, bro. Just te ayudo, güey. No, but it was cool. It was like a little bit of it was a cool moment, like to obviously share the stage with all those people.
Triunfando.
Yeah, Che Victor. I was saying, I'm like, I don't know what I sent you. It was like,
oh, yeah, me acordé. I don't know what happened that week. Nothing happened.
Nothing of note. No, yeah, but that was cool. Like, but yeah, like again, now it just became a thing with you, right? Like, I'll send you something like, aquí triunfando.
Yo sigo triunfando, güey. Acá le estoy echando ganas.
Yeah.
I guess who played? I guess Paco came. Yeah, Paco came.
Yeah.
Aquí ando con el Paco, güey. Tú triunfa, güey. Nosotros acá sacando el jale.
Sí, güey.
No hay vihuela, pero nada pasa nada.
No hay armonía, no más.
Sí, it's just me, bro.
Sí, güey. Fuck. No, yeah, man. It's I've been missing obviously a little bit here and there, and it's not because I want to. I'm sorry, Arturo. It's just things come up and stuff like that. But my priority has always been the group. Like the last thing I told Zara too, I was like, hey, is you or the group? And it's gonna be the group. No, not the group.
You know,
I was like, son mis compas.
That's the last thing I remember because I got a concussion.
Concussion. No, yeah. Oh yeah, and then the compas came out. De compas for like a week, and yeah, it became a thing that Paco was saying on the mic like all the time.
Paco
he really liked it.
Very defensive. He likes Karin.
Oh yeah, he does like Karin. You pointed it out, right? You were like, because after that song came out and it became like a thing, ¿Qué dijo? Victor's like, no, pues el Paco es el que siempre pone las rolas de Carino y quién sabe qué. And he's like, oh, all quiet.
He's like, I wish you didn't say that.
Yeah. I hope no one heard that.
It was like, wait, that's how you call a girl? Like, somebody le dices compa.
Oh, sí, estaba diciendo.
What the fuck?
And then Arturo, seas mamón, güey. Tú cuando le has dicho compa a una vieja, güey, quién sabe qué. This is like, it became like a whole thing.
Fucking, and you wonder what our discussions are. Like.
He doesn't realize, like, Karin Leon doesn't realize how much of a scandal he created. Like, pinche desmadre, like,
how
everybody.
many men are questioning, like, their sexuality?
Sí, güey, después de eso, no, hombre, ya valió madre, güey. Fuck, man. No.
That was so funny.
It was funny. Y luego de volada se murió la canción y todo.
Yeah.
Ya no soy yo.
Ah, pero pinche... ¿Qué preguntó? Pero pinche...
¿Esto olvidó?
Like, money. Dineral.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know?
Es que es lo que tiene el gobierno, güey. Se quedan con todas las taxas. I fucking love that video, bro, of that guy. All he does is like, no, mira cómo tiene el gobierno bien, nos tiene bien.
It's the same guy that says, like, saben que el sol no está caliente, like, está frío. It's like, agarras un hielo por mucho tiempo y te quema. He's like, no. I think it's the same guy that says it.
Okay. No, it's just chingón.
Dumbass.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I like that though. Chingón.
It's funny.
Man. Yeah, man. And so, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I've been up to. And obviously, like I said, it's April. It's April. So for me, like, I'm just preparing for the end of the year, which means like there's still a couple competitions and things that we got to do and stuff like that. But it's basically like the last couple of things that we're doing for the end of the year. But then after that, I always say that, man. The one thing about being a teacher is you get your summers off. So está chingón eso, ¿verdad? Pero it's like a crawl, man. By the time you get to the end, you're just like crawling, bro. Like, please, bro. And then for me too, obviously, the season is starting, the baseball season. So that means I'm gonna go back to playing with the Texas Rangers.
Y ya valió.
Por el equipo, güey, no el mariachi. Sí, güey, I'm gonna be the ball. No, yeah, and that just started for us. So that was fun. This past weekend, on Thursday. Before I went to Seafood, actually, we went to opening day. It was the first day of the baseball season.
I was at school and you sent me like, I think it's in a snap of like the field.
Was it like in the morning? Like
yeah, and I was like, you're supposed to be at school, man. Like,
well, yeah,
no que I love the kids. you over here fucking.
No que you love the
you over here estás acá triunfando otra vez, cabrón. No mames.
I like that. After my big speech, I was like, nah, fuck them kids. I'm gonna.
No pasa nada.
No pasa nada. Fuck. No, wait, no. I took a personal day. Es todo lo que era.
Your principal's like, oh, sí, cabrón.
You see it? No, you see, because if we were to come out on the news, that happened one time actually with the security guard. No. The security. No, it's not bad. Like the personal days, you can do whatever you want. You go to Alabama and then come back. You know, like
what's wrong with Alabama?
I don't know. No. For the vibes. No, anyway, it happened one time with because I don't really put it out there that like I do the podcast. I don't put it out there that I do all these things or like, things with the Rangers, like with my work life. Like they're very separated, bro. Like yo cuando uno es maestro, like I like to keep that separated because it's like then the students think that then they could just be like my friend, which don't get me wrong, like I'm still their teacher, so I can't be like, you know, just straight up friends with them.
Bro, that's me with school too.
What do you mean?
Like, people don't know I have a podcast.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, yeah, like people don't know, like, I do music and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because I have people I talk to, like, at school, but once they ask about my personal life, I'm like, oh, yeah, like, es que talga verga, yo. You want help or not?
Huh? Yeah. It's kind of like you said, where, like, back then, like, whenever the teacher's like, well, a fun fact about yourself. No, a fun fact about yourself, and you're like, I don't want to say that I play harp or that I play music. It's just like then you'd have to. Well, I started playing when I was 15, and then, like you'd have to like. There's a lot of backstory to that, you know. And the way I do it too is I don't talk about it because really it's not relevant to what I'm doing at school. Like at school, I'm in my day job. I'm teaching people music, you know. And so
I think for me, I don't want like the racist people because I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm racist because of that. You know, like
te van a clipear right there.
yeah. Fuck.
Maybe I'm racist.
Maybe I'm racist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in school in general, like
Mhm.
the majority is very like Anglo-Sajon, you know,
Mhm.
which you don't know what that is. That's okay. So like I always feel like if I say something of my mi cultura, and they're
Mhm.
gonna look at me like,
Like differently?
yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
they'll be
Yeah.
like, there's one right here, you know, like, and I'm
No,
like, yeah, vale madre.
es muy posible. And that's why again, like it's more like if
I
it's
don't
your
want to be a YouTube video, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's your personal life, you know, like
Yeah.
you get to choose like what comes out of your personal life, you know. And I know it's very hard since I have a whole podcast
Yeah.
about what the fuck we do.
Since
Yeah.
I actively say what I do. You
Yeah,
know, like,
exactly. But like that's what I'm saying. Like you would have to like really like look into like someone would have to really look into you to find you doing this stuff. I guess you could say, right?
I only follow like 2 people from school, and like,
Yeah, and everybody else is like,
one
"You're
was the professor,
famous?"
bro,
Yeah.
and she's pretty cool about keeping it. Like she's like, oh, you still playing? I'm like,
Mhm.
how much you know? Like,
Yeah.
¿Cuánto por el silencio?
How about we not tell anybody about this? Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, so anyway, with that security guard, it was funny because like I don't even think like the only person that knows maybe like my supervisor that knows that I play like with the Rangers and all that, but
Your supervisor?
like the music like the más arriba because one time I mentioned it to her.
Mera, wait.
See, she told everybody. No, no,
I'm fine.
no. But I meant like the security guards, like other teachers. Like I don't tell anybody. Like they just know me as the mariachi teacher. Even when I'm walking by, they're like they don't even know my name because I mean, first of all, I'm never in there. Like I'm in my classroom, which is at the end of the school, so nobody.
Yeah.
Nadie me ve, güey, you know. So I'm very low key about it.
You're the emo of school, bro.
Kind of, when I had long hair, bro.
You're the emo of the school staff.
See, güey, I had the long hair, like rocking and everything. So yeah. But anyway, one time I was walking to class, because I go through the parking lot, like to go to class, and
That's how it goes.
yeah, no, I have to go from one school to the other, so I just walk across. Yeah, so I was walking, was all nonchalant, I guess you could say. I'm just walking, and the little golf cart rolls up, like the security guard. He was like, "Hey, are you? No, what did he say? Hey, I saw you on the news or something like that," and I was like, "¿Qué te dijo qué?" And he's like, "No, you were like."
Mexican OT. No.
Yeah, for a while, that was the thing. Oh my god, glad he's not. Nah, never mind. I can't get into it. But yeah, he was just like, yeah, I saw you guys on the news yesterday, and I was like, chingo, like, ¿por qué o qué? And then he was like, no, it was like a newscast about like the Rangers or something like that, and a mariachi, and I was like, I know that guy. He's the teacher at the school. I know I've seen him before. And I was like, yeah. So like I said, then I had to explain like everything. And he was like, that's cool. He's like, I didn't know that. That's cool. I was like, you weren't supposed to know that. That's the thing. I was like, I'm keeping it low key. No, he's another way. But it was just it caught me off guard, obviously, because like when I'm in school, I forget about everything else that I do. Like I'm there to teach. Like that's my day job. That's what the kids know me as, and so that's my thing. So obviously going into this, and we like just played at opening day. I took a personal day. Like we played all morning, like playing for like news outlets and stuff like that. And we played like for some of the tailgates. So I know for sure there's already like videos out there. Or maybe again, we came out on the news and like people watch the news. So like in the morning or in the afternoon or at night. So I'm for sure knowing that apparently my neighbor told my parents, she's like, hey, mira el Sammy. Estaba en la tele. And I was like, oh. So I guess it came out. Like, you know, like, because whenever. Yeah, whenever a news anchor or whatever, they're just like asking you questions and doing stuff, but you never know where that stuff ends up. Like, so, yeah, I mean, at some point somebody saw that and was like, I've seen that guy before. That's the mariachi teacher. Hey, no, but yeah, so that day was fun. Obviously, like just getting around, and so for me, like I'm excited. But mariachi and baseball are like my two things. It's literally on my bio before I started. So like that was my thing. I love mariachi and I love baseball. So like to put them together every season is fun, so I'm excited to get back into that and seeing how that goes this year. The whole point is to put Mexican culture out there and give the opportunity to people to see it. That's why I do it, honestly.
Yeah,
It's fun. Yeah, pero aquí uno triunfando y
yeah.
uno bien humilde. Pues sí, güey. Pues, ¿qué quieres que haga?
Qué mamón.
Más.
¿Te creas? ¿Estás agüitado?
Does we done? No, yeah, man. But so that's honestly that kind of brings us to now. That's kind of where we're at, and I just hit you up, and I was like, hey, wait, entonces qué, entonces qué.
¿Qué? ¿Para qué?
But yeah, the point is to get back into the pod side of things also, and get back into. We mostly, I guess this episode was mostly like a catch up, just to kind of see what you guys were feeling, and just to get you guys back into the mode of things. But
We're back, baby.
and we didn't cover everything. Like there's a lot of things that happened, obviously, when we were out, and we'd like to hear you guys' opinions on stuff. And what do you think has been some stuff that we should have talked about? You know, since we kind of stopped. But we're excited to at least get back into it, and we have new logos and everything. Like I worked to get.
Yeah, a whole remake. Look at our new. Is this?
We have a new
Is this
set.
our second or third?
We've had like a couple sets. We had
set?
sets like the studio. We had the other room, remember, with the futon, and we had that for a while.
Yeah.
And then we had to like take it apart and do it in the living room for a while because it was under construction.
And we came here.
And then we came here, and then
Did you remodel this place once or twice?
once.
So this is the
This is the
first time?
second iteration. Yeah. Yeah. Just a little culmination of stuff behind us, but and if you're not only listening to us, check it out on YouTube. You'll be able to see what we're looking
Oh
at.
yeah, you have to see it.
Yeah, you have to see it to
Appreciate it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the idea with the podcast, to bring it back and get with you guys. Again, like there's a lot that we wanted to cover, but most of it is just seeing where you guys so that you guys can kind of see what we've been up to and stuff. And obviously, like, going into this new chapter, I guess you could say, like, we'd love to hear you guys' opinions to make this pod better, and or things you'd like to hear about and stuff like that. But I'm just excited to get back into it. It's certainly something that I like to do because we get to talk about, mariachi, but also just like I said, otherwise me and Victor just coworkers. Just like, oh, mucho gusto. ¿Con quién tocas, güey? No, con nadie.
Pero ese culero. Así tocas.
Yeah. No, yeah. So it gives us an opportunity to get back into it. So, yeah.
Are we done?
I don't know.
Do you do like questions?
Like time.
Oh,
I guess
you can save for next time.
Yeah, we'll save them for next time for sure. Yeah, just because we don't want to make it too long of an episode or whatever.
Yeah.
But
You guys have fun.
yeah, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode back. 141 times. Dang. But we appreciate you guys coming back. If you're back, and if you're not back, at least come back eventually. That's the biggest thing. But we're working hard to make sure that you guys still listen here, and we're just happy to be back. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, coming back, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
For sure.
Bye. See you.
I guess.
Yeah. Have a great day,
Do you
night.
know it?
A great day, night, weekend, week, holiday, whenever y'all hear this.
Ándale. Bueno, pues, ahí nos vemos. Have a good time. And bye.
I was saying that up, bro. No mames.
You've been coughing this whole time.
Oh, no, pero eso está grande.